Hi guys, welcome back. Today we are talking all about 7 to 8 month essentials. This was such a fun time in terms of parenthood for myself. Reese kind of really developed from being just like a sack of potatoes that just kind of hung out to actually having a personality and movement, and we just had so much growth over this time frame. And with growth, of course, comes different things that I found to be my new essentials. So I'm here to share them with you. Let's jump right into it. My first essential is our bath seat. Now, our infant bathtub that we have used since Reese was born was by Frida Baby, and it sat right on top of our countertop. It had a sling, and you could go ahead and adjust the seat differently depending on the age of your baby. But once Reese really hit like 6.5 towards 7 months, he was splashing like crazy. Like, we were just getting doused in water. He was trying to sit up and move around and flip out of the tub, and we're just like, okay, we need to reevaluate here. So I did some research and I found a insert that goes right inside of our actual tub. It just suctions right to the walls, and it can be easily removed if you ever did want to take it out. Ours pretty much stays in there consistently because we don't really have a reason to take it out, but Reese just sits right inside there. We give him his bath. He likes the freedom that he can now reach around and splash and doesn't have to worry about us telling him to calm down. And it's just made our bath time experience so much easier, especially since we give him a bath every single night as part of our bedtime routine. So bath seat has been pivotal to bath time success. Going along with his bath seat, he obviously has way more interest in playing with toys, and bath time is now kind of a fun experience as opposed to just like a hygienic experience as it was previously. And so he was starting to accumulate a lot of bath time toys, and we just didn't really have a good way or a solution to how to store them. So I actually ended up getting a net. It suction cups right to the bathroom wall to kind of drip dry, and it's got a nice handle to it. It definitely will be a little bit easier when the seat is removed because sometimes you're navigating around the seat, but I think that's just par for the course. It definitely just gives a good spot to kind of store those toys where they can drip dry and not get all moldy and gross. And the last thing that always stays in our bathtub that we have added, and I don't think we'll ever take away except to clean it, is our whale spout cover. It just slides right over the faucet. It can be adjusted to different sizes, and it just gives some extra protection, especially when Reese upgrades from his bath seat and will have kind of free motion within the tub. That way he doesn't get cut if he ever stands up, and will be golden. Another essential for us is his toothbrush. He now has 6 teeth, so we need to make sure that we have some good toothpaste and a toothbrush. We do this as part of our nighttime routine. I actually brush Reese's teeth in the bathtub. I think it just works out better that way. So while he's in the bathtub, I'll go ahead and just put the toothpaste on. I'll brush his teeth, and then he's an independent person now, so he also wants to give it a try, so I'll get mine out of the way and then I give it to him, and he kind of just like sucks on the extra toothpaste, and I just look at it as a positive way of him getting extra toothpaste in his mouth. Another essential for us is a good bib. Now, Reese is really into food. That boy can eat. He eats. We do a kind of mixture of purees and baby-led weaning. We don't just stick to one or the other. So he does get quite a bit messy. And one thing I found is to make sure you have a good bib. We have the silicone mushy bibs, which are just kind of sit there and have a little pouch, and it catches his food, and you can easily just rinse it out in the sink. I do have his full smock bib as well that we typically use when we're out and about, when I want to make sure he stays extra clean, and that covers his arms and has a little trough as well. I've washed it in the washer and it was no problem. So make sure you're getting yourself a good bib, because the babies are getting more independent. They don't want you to feed them anymore. They want to feed themselves, and with that comes a lot of mess. And then in terms of getting a high chair, so this is something where I'm filming this video when Reese is 10 months old, and we are getting a new high chair. You want to make sure that you are getting a good high chair. I had gotten a wooden high chair and added an insert into it off of Facebook Marketplace. It was cheap. I liked the look of it, and I thought it would be functional in terms of being able to just kind of wipe it down. And the more that we're using it, the more it's just becoming more problematic. We have like suction cup bowls, and they don't stick to the wood material, so he just throws it everywhere, and the seatbelt doesn't sit properly with it. And so we have just bit the bullet, and we are getting a new high chair. I'll link the one that we're getting, but you'll just want to make sure that you are getting a good high chair that not only keeps the baby secure, but the plates will suction cup to it, and it's easy to clean. I think those are the main 3 things you should be looking for when you are getting a high chair. Learn from my mistakes, learn from my struggles, but now 10 months going forward, I think we'll be golden, and I'll be sure to share with you guys how the new high chair is working out. So get yourself a good high chair. You'll also want to make sure that you are getting a sippy cup with a straw. I know a lot of times people think of a sippy cup as the one with like the little spout, but I guess that's not very good for like their oral development. So make sure you're getting one with a straw and get one that is actually leak proof. I know that a lot of brands online claim that their sippy cups are leak proof, and I'm that person that like combs through reviews super heavily before I make a purchase, and a lot of them are like, yeah, it claims to be leak proof and it's actually not. But I have found one that is neutral and it is leak proof. Like, you can hold it upside down and it doesn't drip. Reece chucks that thing all over and it is amazing. It is a little bit pricier, I guess, in terms of a sippy cup, but I have two. I'll plan to use one for water, and then when Reece turns a year old, I'll have one for milk. And that way you really only need two, so it's not like you need to have like this huge surplus of sippy cups. So I think the investment for how good of an actual sippy cup it is worth it in my opinion. So be sure to get a good sippy cup with a straw that doesn't leak. Something that has worked out really well for us in terms of snack and travel are getting the pouches baby food. They don't need to be refrigerated, so you don't ever need to worry about them. I just pack it in the diaper bag, and I just know I'll always have a pouch in there for him to eat. So definitely look into snacks that are easy to store in the diaper bag for when you are traveling. That way you don't have to quickly be packing everything up every single time you go somewhere. And the pouches are amazing. Reece isn't capable of really holding them himself because he just like gets it everywhere, but he is to the point where he knows that I'll hold it and he knows how to drink out of it, and so it works out beautifully for when we're traveling. So get the portable pouches of baby purees. Something that has worked out really well for us is our Bumbo. We actually pretty much keep it at my parents' house full time just because that's the main place that he uses it, but I think that it would be also something really great to store into the car. I think especially going towards summer, we'll probably keep it in the car when we go to a park or things like that. It's just a really lightweight portable high chair. It wipes down very easily. Reece can sit inside of it. It has the tray, and it just works out really, really well. We had put it on our baby registry, and I wasn't sure if I was going to use it as like our full-time high chair or our travel high chair, because technically you could use it at your house, but it's definitely become like our designated travel high chair, and it has worked out beautifully, and I highly recommend you guys should get it. It can store right in your car, and the tray will clip right onto the back, or you can just keep it at a relative's house. That way you know for a fact that there's a high chair when you go there, and you don't have to worry about packing and unpacking it. One thing that has been great is our baby carrier. I've talked about this plenty of times before. The baby Bjorn actually was on my baby product regrets, and I ended up buying a different carrier that was kind of like a no-name brand, and it has been amazing. It was like a fifth of the price, and it has so much better support. It's comfier for myself and it's comfier for Reece, and so it just works out really, really beautifully. So I recommend you invest in getting a carrier that's going to work out for you when not only they're little, but as they continue to grow and they have that independence of wanting to look around. Save your back, save your energy, get a good carrier. Something else for travel that we love is our shopping cart cover. We have ours from, I believe it's Binksy Baby, and it's amazing. It clips right in there. The only place that I ever really have a problem with it is Aldi's, because it has like the double seats for the baby part, and that's fine. It still fits. It just doesn't fit as perfectly. But when I go into Target or anything like that, it fits no problem, but it works out well because it has the toy attachments. Reece is comfortable. It's buckled in, machine washable, folds up into itself. I can't say enough good things about it. Definitely look into this brand and look into getting one because it has made shopping so much easier, especially when you're trying to put it on a shopping cart while holding a baby. It just works out beautifully. When he was about 8 months old, Reece really started to challenge me of if he was gonna try and like lean over and stuff like that, and the actual straps itself can really tighten on there, so he wasn't gonna flip out and go anywhere. So I can't say enough good things about my shopping cart cover. And then lastly, kind of just on like the baby safety category, 7 months is when Reece really started to perfect his army crawl, and 8 months is when he really perfected his good baby crawl, and so we really need to step up our baby proofing game. And so make sure you're just getting a bunch of outlet covers. I got mine and it came in a huge pack for a really affordable price. It doesn't pull out easily, and Reece has tried, trust me, and he can't get them out. And then of course we have baby gates. We have ones that go on the top and the bottom of our stairs that have like the standard metal frame to them, but they have a little cat door on them. Those are fine, they work out perfectly good, but my favorite are our retractable baby gates. We have them on both sides of our living room, and it kind of just locks him and corrals him into the baby-proofed room. And they're great because they can just lock, and then when you don't want them, they just totally disappear onto the side of the wall. So I recommend, if you are kind of looking for a space-saving hack for baby gates, check these out. They're not the cheapest ones you can get on the market, but I think for what you get and the convenience that they provide, they're definitely well worth it in my opinion. All right guys, that pretty much does it. I kept it short and sweet and simple. I don't think you need a lot of things when it comes to a baby, but these are just some things that made my life easier easier, and I hope they make yours easier as well. Please make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.